ready? Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? My name is Baron and I'm reporting live from Malaysia. OrcaTorch is all the way in China. So with the marvel and the technology allows us to do this, for us to reach out to you from one end of the world to the next. Okay, I'm not sure if everyone has already come in, so we're just going to wait for a little while more. Give me about 1 minute, and let me see if there's any other requests from OrcaTorch in China, and then we can start proper. So a little bit of small talk first. I'm going to maybe just introduce myself. My name is Baron, and I'm a filmmaker. I make videos on land, sea, and air. In the air, I use drones. On land, I use, of course, what we all normally do. We have tripods, we have Steadicams, we have gimbals. So then comes the ocean. Now, I love filming in the ocean because if you thought land was difficult, right? Filming in the ocean is so much more difficult because at least on land, you're not limited by your air supply. At least on land, there are no waves to sway you around. At least on land, you don't have to be hovering along. So I want to challenge myself and take on the ocean. So I've been shooting for a while now under the ocean, and I love it because the challenges are there, and it keeps me going. You know, it's like every day you wake up, it's like, wow, I'm going to spend some time in the ocean today, and I'm going to film stuff. So it's amazing. So that's me. My name is Baron. I'm a filmmaker. Now let's go on to the next item on our agenda. Okay. Now, our hearts go out to everyone else, everyone in the world. We're all facing a crisis right now. We're all facing a pandemic, and we just want to say that we feel you. A lot of us, we can't be diving because, well, of the pandemic, and we just want to say, wherever you are, stay safe and stay healthy. We have two ambassadors. I remember Franco Tulli. You're in Italy. You're from Italy, and do stay safe. I cannot remember who is the ambassador for USA, but we just want to say on behalf of OrcaTorch, you guys stay safe. I know Franco is not in Italy right now. I think he's having a fun time in Indonesia somewhere, having a great time just shooting videos and shooting photos. So lucky you. All right, now in response to the COVID-19, OrcaTorch has put in place a COVID-19 response, and they are giving away free surgical face mask. Okay, so you can see on your screen right now that you get 20 pieces of face mask free for every one of your orders. They have the date stamp over there, so you know you can get the face mask. All right, so this is to help everyone out. So you get 20 pieces of that, and if you haven't made your purchase yet, go ahead. So with every purchase you make, you get 20 face masks. Okay, now let's move on to the giveaway. OrcaTorch is having a giveaway, and this is the D570GL. The D570GL looks like this. I'm going to put on a little slide over there to talk about the promotion. Now this is the D570GL, and it is a dive torch. We're going to talk more about it later, but just a little preview, right? It's got a laser, right? So how do you, it's a giveaway, but you got to win it lah. So how do you get this? Ask a question wherever you are watching this live, right? Type in a question, and then you stand a chance to win a D570GL. This is actually a dive torch, right? So it's a dive torch with a laser. Okay, so next what I'm going to talk to you about is the schedule we have planned for tonight. This is what we're going to be doing for the rest of the night. So we've talked about the giveaway, and next what we want to do is we're going to talk about why we need torches for scuba diving. And then after that, we're going to talk about the types of torches you need for scuba diving, right? Torches, they're not like one torch fits all, and it's not like every torch is the same. No, they are categorized, so it depends on what you do, and then you can select the torch that you need. And then after that, we're going to talk about how to choose the best torch for you. All right, maybe you're an underwater photographer, maybe you're a dive instructor. So which torch is the best for your use? So we'll address that, and then we'll talk about the 4 different types of torches that we have, that OrcaTorch has. They are divided into 4 different categories for different applications. Okay, then after that we will go on to the questions and answers. OrcaTorch is at the other end of the world, and they will be on standby to answer questions that I cannot. For example, with relation to sales, with anything to do with support, and also engineering and manufacturing, OrcaTorch can answer that for you. I come from the background of video and photography, so I will help you to answer that. Okay, so that is the schedule that we have planned for you for tonight. That's me in Malaysia, and for those of you in the other side of the world, good morning. Welcome to the FB Live. I'm Baron, and this is, right? Yeah, and this is FB Live with OrcaTorch. So I'm in Malaysia, OrcaTorch is all the way in China. Thanks to technology, we're able to communicate, we're able to have this together. Now, next, I'd like to talk a little bit more about OrcaTorch. Okay, we want to introduce to you, this is the CEO of OrcaTorch. His name is Carson Weng. And Carson Weng was diving in 2013. He was diving, and he thought that the dive torches that are available to him are a little flimsy, and they're not bright enough, and they just doesn't live up to his expectation. So that was a dive that he had an epiphany. Wow, I am surrounded with torches that are pretty useless. And in 2014, OrcaTorch was born. Carson decided, okay, I'm done with this, man. I'm going to create a company, and I'm going to make great torches for every diver out there. So now let's move on to the next topic. Anyway, you can see Carson there. He's a really cool guy, right? Now let's move on to the next topic on why we use torches for diving. Why do we use torches for diving? We're going to show you a few points here. Now, we use torches for diving for these few reasons. Number one, of course, is for safety, for you to navigate your way along. You know, those of you who've been to night dives, the torches, you cannot dive without a torch. My first night dives, I was like pretty terrified. You know, once you go into the water, everything is freaking black. It's like you can't see your hand in front of you. And then when you switch on the torch, wow, it's a beautiful, amazing world out there, right? So It's also for your safety, like when you're going through swim-throughs, or when you're doing cave exploration, or even as a recreational diver when the visibility isn't so good. You know, torches are there to help you find your way around, and they're also there to help you signal. So sometimes you get separated from your group and you don't know where everybody else is, because just that 10 feet away, 20 feet away, sometimes the vis is so bad, you lose sight of your buddies, you lose sight of your group, and they can't find you, you can't find them. So when you have a torch, you can signal to them, here I am, guys. You know, you can signal to them, because the light travels very far. So it's very easy for them to spot where you are, right? Okay, let me see, I have a message. Oh, somebody is asking, are we live or not yet? Okay, let me just reply this here. We are live, and where are you? Yes, we are live. Dive instructor. So he's a great supporter of OrcaTorch, and I thought, you know, let's just take some time to, no, we are live, come on in. Okay, safety and for signaling, and then we also have for education, dive instructors, like the one who just messaged me. You know, this is great for you, because some torches come with a signaler. Some torches come with a laser pointer, so you can point out to your students, okay, what's right, what's not. Look at this, look at that. Sometimes when you're exploring, right, you want to point out to your buddies what's there. You can pinpoint exactly. Okay, let's see, hang on. Okay, next, let's talk about videography. Now, videography and photography. So this is where I come from. So photography and videography, torches are really important, because if you depend solely on your camera, and as you go deeper, you lose certain colors, reds, yellows tend to go off. You need torches to bring back these colors, right? So next is, of course, adventure and fun. This is for you adrenaline junkies out there, technical divers. You go exploring, you definitely need a torch for that. Okay, let's move on. Now, you will be hearing this term as we go deeper into the presentation, and what we have here is called lumens. What is lumens? Okay, lumens will be mentioned quite a lot as we go further into the presentation. Now, there is a scientific term for that, and we will simplify it. Lumens is actually the measure of a light's brightness. So it's a measure of a light's brightness. So the higher the lumens value, the brighter your light becomes. I'm going to put you on hold for a bit, because I think there are people who are trying to come in and they can't find their way around to the FB Live. So we're just going to put you on hold for a bit, and I'll be back with you shortly. Let me check if everything is actually live with OrcaTorch, because we're both on one side of the world. So let's put you on hold for a while. Some people they can't go on to the yeah. Wait, let me just call. Let me just call Jimmy and see whether everything is all right or not. I think Jimmy has no complaints so far, so I think we're still good. Okay, Jimmy says we're live. Okay, let's switch back to me. Okay. Okay, everything is fine. Just some folks don't know which website to go to. Is it to my website or to well, it's OrcaTorch. So go to OrcaTorch Facebook page. Okay, so lumens is something you hear about very often, especially when you go and buy lights, not just lights for underwater use, but on land, when you have LED lights, right? Or any lights for that matter. Lumens is important because it tells you how bright a light is. The higher the lumens value, the brighter the light gets. How bright is bright, right? 1,000 lumens, like this torch, 1,000 lumens shown into your eyes becomes unbearable. So maybe you can use that as benchmark. 1,000 lumens light, your reaction to 1,000 lumens light will be, whoa, bro, come on, right? So there's 1,000 lumens. So use that as a benchmark. Okay, so we'll move on to the next item. The types of torches, this is where it gets interesting, right? The types of torches, you need to pay attention to this because, like I said earlier on, torches, they are not one size fits all, and not all torches are the same. Now, the types of torches we have here, number one is a dive torch. A dive torch is very portable, very maneuverable, very small and compact. Okay, it needs to be very bright because a dive torch compared to a torch on land, it has to penetrate water. Water is super dense. I mean, compared to air, water is very dense. So you need a really bright torch. This torch will have a very narrow beam, very bright and narrow beam to pierce through the water. Okay, so dive torches, wide beam, strong beam, and they're rugged to be able to take all the little knocks that you subject it to. After that, you have like this. This is a video light. Okay, we don't use this as a dive torch. This is an actual video light. What is the difference? A video light may be a little bit bigger than a dive torch. A video light has a very wide beam, because we want to give even lighting to our subjects. As compared to a dive torch, you will get like a circle of brightness, right? You can't have that for a video torch. You can't have that for a video light. Video light, you need to brighten up everything consistently, not just one spot. That is the main difference, I feel. So we can't be using a dive torch to shoot videos or photos, all right, because it's not so nice. Whereas a purposely built video light with consistent overall lighting would do the job better. And a video light is generally much brighter than a dive torch. Of course, they're a little bit bigger, and the battery power, the runtime is longer. You get to switch on the torch for a longer time. Okay, so it's also known as a focus light because some photographers, I know, they will use the light for the camera to focus, and they have strobes there to shoot the photo. So we call this video lights or focus light depending on which industry you're from. For me, I call it video light. And next is you have this strange light. Most of us may not come across this light. Recreational divers especially, we don't come across this light very often. This is more for you technical divers. This is called a canister light. This is the light, canister, canister light. What is a canister? It's the power pack. With this guy, I power this guy, right? So this is the battery, this is the power pack. Why so big? Because lots of battery life, very long run time. This is the D630. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it more later, right? So over here, it's very light. And this one, this is what you carry on your hand. And with this, you carry it on your waist. So this is how you move around with the light. So it comes with a canister. These are more for technical divers, so we don't really use it. Recreational divers, video shooters, we don't really use it, right? These are more for technical divers out there. Excuse me. Okay, let's move on to the next item on our list. Okay, so I've actually got, what do we have here? What do we have here? You have CRI? Let's have CRI. Let's talk about CRI. Excuse me. Okay, we're coming back to you really soon. We just want to sort out our slides here. give me a short while. Okay, the next thing you're probably going to be hearing about is CRI. What is CRI? When we talk about video lights, when we talk about CRI, when we talk about video lights, you hear this very often. Oh, it has a CRI of so many percent. CRI means color refractive index. CRI means color rendering index, and this is how accurately a light reveals the color of an object. Now, for example, when you are in the ocean and you're swimming and it's where visibility is not very good, and a fish swims by, right? A fish swims by, and this fish to you looks like, well, it's a little bit bluish, but in actual fact, that fish is yellow with a hint of purple and dashes of red, but to you it looks blue. When you turn on the light, now how accurately the light reproduces the color of that fish depends on how high the CRI of that light. Okay, so this is what you'll be hearing when you look at video lights. The higher the value of the CRI, the better that light is at reproducing the colors. Okay, and generally a higher CRI means the light has gone through a lot of research and a lot of engineering, so that light will probably be a little bit more expensive. Okay, let's go on to the next item. Can we just move to can we move on to the the comparison between the when we have a light and without a light. Okay, I'm going to show you this photo that I've shot. Now, this a lot of folks from my industry, right? They have this thinking that without a video light, they can just add a red filter, or they can increase the camera's ISO to substitute for an actual video light. You get what I mean? So instead of using a light, they are going to use like a red filter, or they're probably going to increase the camera's ISO, balance it up with a white balance. Now, these may work when you're at shallower depths, but as you go deeper, right, no matter how much ISO you increase, if there is no color, the image is just going to probably be brighter, but the colors aren't going to be coming back. So end of the day, you will still need your torches to help you out. Okay, so as you can see from the image over here, on the left is without any lights. So the colors don't really come out. And excuse me, on the right, you have the fishes. You can see the anemone fish. The colors are becoming very bright, really beautiful. And this is actually what you see when enough sunlight has penetrated the ocean. Okay, so let's go back to a few slides before. Let's go and talk about video lights, because that's where I'm most familiar with. Let's have a look at the, the slides on the video light. Okay, video lights generally have a very wide beam. So if I have a video light here, yeah, let me see if there's any message. Okay, OrcaTorch, they say that it's a bit lagging, right? Okay, but now seems to be better. Excuse me. Now, video lights have a very wide light coverage. So when you switch it on, you can see that maybe it's not so clear to you over there, but when I use it, right, in the ocean, it brightens up a huge area of your scene, right? That is the main difference between a video light and a dive torch. A video light brightens up a huge area, and it has a very high CRI, color rendering index, very high CRI. So it reproduces the colors of the object very faithfully. It's got a very intense light, so which means when we come back to talk about the lumens value, you've got a very high lumens value. And video lights generally have a really huge power pack. So that means it gives you a long run time. You can have this light on for a very long time before the battery drains. And then, excuse me, and then it has multiple brightness levels. So like for this light, for example, this is a D910V. You know, I can switch to different levels of brightness. Okay. So most dive torches don't have that. Most dive torches is you just turn it on and it's at one brightness level only. And then it's off. Okay. Okay, let's move on to tech diving. When we talk about canister light, let's do a bit of revision here from what I showed you earlier, because we didn't have the slides there to help you out. So now we have the slides here, so you can see. I'm going back to the technical, the canister light. Okay, the slides is going to help you a little bit. Now, you can use it for side mount or back mount diving, right? If you're a side mount diver, okay, this light can be attached to the side of your waist, and you can use it for back mount. So it's going to attach to the back of you, and it's got extremely long endurance. When I say endurance, right, it means that very long battery life. And then it's got a high depth rating. This one can go pretty deep because, you know, technical divers, you want to go really deep, right? The deeper you go, the happier you are. And it's very rugged because it's got to be able to take all the knocks as you go through the caverns, as you go through as you explore, right? So you need a light that's very rugged. And this light has a very narrow beam. Okay, so that's what a canister light looks like. Okay, let's move on to our next slide. Now, this is the highlight here. How do you choose a torch that's suitable for you? There's so many torches, right? So which torch would be the best for you? So it starts with a question that I need to ask you. What are you going to use it for? So you need to answer that question. Okay, I'm a recreational diver. I dive for fun. I go with my buddies. Maybe during the weekend, I go in and just explore the ocean, have a look around. I'm happy doing that. You know, it makes me feel alive. A lot of us are like that, right? So for you, a dive torch like this is the D570 would be great for you. Now, the next item is the features. What features are you looking for? Like, I need a long battery life. I need a torch that, you know, I can switch on for hours without having to worry that the battery is draining. Or I need a torch that is very rugged. I need a torch that is very light. So these are the features you need to consider. And what is your preference? So maybe you want a torch that has a laser pointer, right? So a torch with a laser pointer. Okay, so these are some of your preferences. And all this, after you've considered all this, it goes down to your budget. Maybe you're willing to spend just a little bit more for that laser pointer, right? So this is how you choose. And then I'm going to show you each of these torch in detail so that you will know, like, okay, I've made up my mind. I want this torch, I want that torch, right? So we're going to go on to the next step. Now these are the featured torches that we have, that I've personally used all these torches and I love all of them. Of course, one of it is my favorite, okay? But I've used the torches that we're going to show you now. I've personally used them. I've taken them down into ocean and I've produced videos with them. They've helped me do a lot of gorgeous videos, right? So I'm going to talk about them with you. We're going to talk about the dive torch, which is the D570GL. And then we're going to talk about video lights. We have 3 video lights, which are the D900V, D910V, the D950V. It's a big one. And we also have the canister light for technical divers, which is the D630. You ready? Okay, now let's have a look at the D570GL. Now we're going a little bit in depth now. This torch is rated at 1000 lumens, so it's going to be pretty darn bright. This is the unbearable kind of bright. It comes with a green laser. Okay, you didn't see that just now, so I'm just going to point it at the camera lens, and it's going to be like super unbearable. Yeah, so this is how 1000 lumens feels like. It's going to be like, whoa, bro, do you mind? Right? So this is 1000 lumens, and it comes with a laser pointer. All right, I'm not going to point it at the camera lens. We don't do that. So I'm just going to point it off camera, right? Okay. So one of the reasons why I love this torch is because, well, it's a good torch for you to shine your way through, and it's a good torch to navigate with. But I love the laser pointer, because with the laser pointer, right, sometimes when we don't have a feature like this, and you want to show your buddies, hey, look, check that out, guys. You can't talk, okay, so you use sign language. And when whatever you're pointing to, right, in the ocean, it becomes very general, so nobody can actually see what in the world you're pointing at. What? I can't see what, right? So that's where with laser pointer you can pinpoint with, your accuracy is pinpoint. You can actually show them what you are pointing at. And it's not just for leisure divers. For instructors, it's great because you can point stuff out to your students. You know, like, okay, check this out. Look at your gear here. This is great. This is not so good. Maybe you need to tighten that up a bit. Yeah, so the laser pointer, to me, that is fantastic. Okay, so this is a D570GL. What else can I talk to you about it? Yeah, so a lot of torches, dive torches, the way we turn them on is by actually turning them. So when you turn them, sometimes if you don't turn it right, or you're supposed to clockwise, and people get mixed up, and it's very easy for the torch to get flooded in the ocean. You're turning it the wrong way, right? Instead of tightening it, you're untight. Water goes in, and it's a total loss, right? The torch is gone. So with OrcaTorch, the D570GL, it's a double tap to turn on the torch, and to get the laser, it's just by pressing the button, and you already get the laser. You see that? Yeah. So it's quite convenient. It uses an 18650 battery, so just one battery over here, easily chargeable with USB chargers. So this is a dive torch. Okay, if you got any questions, do type it in, and remember, this is the torch that will be given away to one of you who asked the question. It's pretty simple, you know, just ask a question, you get a torch. Okay, this is how it looks like, brand new. Okay, this could be yours tonight. Right, if none of you ask the question, right, I'm bringing this home and I'll have 2 of it. Okay, let's move on to the next torch. Next, we have the D900V. The D900V, now this is a very interesting torch because it's multi-purpose. If you're not sure what torch to get, right? Okay, let's put it in a different way. You're a new diver, and you've been diving for some time, right? And you want to do a bit of photography, a bit of videography. So your budget is there a torch that can meet all of these needs? Do I have to get a dive torch and a video torch? Do I have to get a dive torch and a video light? Is there a light that can serve all this purpose? Now this is as multi-purpose as you can get, right? Because this torch is both a video light and a dive torch. This light has 4 lighting modes. If you can see here, it has two switches. So on the right side, when I press it, it will become a video light. It becomes a video light, meaning it will send a very wide beam across, right, to give a consistent lighting. Now, if I were to press on, it will turn on the next light, which is actually a spotlight. What you're seeing now is a spotlight, meaning it's a very narrow beam, meaning it is now a dive torch. Okay, and it has 2 levels of brightness. For both torches, the video light has 2 brightness levels. The dive torch part have 2 levels. And then on the left side, you've got this, right? You've got a red light. Why is a red light good? Because some fishes, they are more tolerant of you if you approach them with a red light, because then they're not so like, oh, I'm freaking out, man, what is this? So bright. Well, they're more tolerant of red light, so you probably could approach some fishes closer when you're using a red light. And the next lighting mode is UV light. It's going to give you some very interesting effects when you shoot in UV at night. So you might want to experiment with this. Of course, currency, you can use it to check whether your currency is the real deal or not. Yeah. So the D900V, this is rated at 2000 lumens. So this light at its brightest on the video light side, this guy here, this is 2000 lumens of brightness, right? And it's a 120 degree beam. I forgot to mention one more item here, so let me just show that to you. To charge the D900V, OrcaTorch has made this really awesome way of charging it. To charge it, you don't need to remove the battery. Because many torches, to charge it, you need to unscrew or just remove the battery and then you send it to charge. With this, there is no battery removal. It's a magnetic charger here. You just tap onto the torch and it's charging. Okay, so magnetic. Of course, do make sure that the charging pads are dry before you do it. So it makes your life very easy as a diver. You've got so much gear to take care of. You've got this, you've got that. You need to dry this up. You need to wash that. So once you come up from the boat, you reach your room, just put it on, charge. Really nice. Okay, now let's move on to the next light. This is the D910V. Okay, I have the D910V on screen. Okay, so the D910V, this guy is 5000 lumens. The previous light was about 2200 lumens. This guy is 5000 lumens. It's 2 times brighter than the previous light, which is the D900V. What's special about this light, right, besides it being so darn bright, is that this light is purposely made for videography, for photography. It's got only one light mode here at about 3 levels. So I'm going to turn this on. Once you turn it on, like super bright, okay, this is at, you can dim it down. Okay, so once you turn it on, right away it becomes 5000 lumens. Whoa! Switch it on, 5000 lumens. And then second level and third level. So you've got 3 brightness levels before it turns off. So this light is specially made for divers who, I've already got a dive torch, so right now I need something that can help me shoot great looking videos. So which light should I get? I just want a light to help me light up my subjects. This is the light for you. And great thing about this light as well is it's got this magnetic charging head as well, so you just stick it on, charging, right? Okay, let me just see what else to mention about this light. Some of you might be interested to know how long can the battery last for this light. Now at full charge and full blast, it lasts for 50 minutes. Okay, it gives you about 50 minutes of battery life. And let's see what else. Underwater proof to 150 meters, so that's pretty darn deep. Okay, okay, let's move on to the next light. The next light, right? This is probably the biggest light OrcaTorch has, and I really thank them for it, because this, the D950V, is actually my favorite video light. Pretty darn big, right? That's because you've got a long battery life. This whole thing here, that's the battery. This is where the torch head is. Some things to consider is you've got the switches are over here. So these are your switches. So when you're diving, right? When you're diving and you're at trim, okay, to operate the light, it's very easy because the switch is pointed right at you. So I can turn this on to, you've got 4 levels of brightness. Okay, 4 levels of brightness. And do you want to know? Yeah, you want to know the lumens for this light. You want to take a guess? What's the lumens for this light? What is the brightness value for this light? The previous one was about 5,000 lumens. This is 10,500 lumens. It's going to... I know a lot of divers depend on me to light the way, you know, when we're down in the ocean, right, and they're with their mini little lights and trying to find their way around. When I turn this on, it's almost like daylight. Okay, so, but this light is not for you to pierce the darkness. This is not a dive torch, right? I just want to remind you that this is a video light. Okay, it's for you to shoot videos with it. So the light will not travel very far because it has a very wide angle, and dive torches have a very narrow angle, so the light travels further. Okay, let's see what details this. Okay, so this is 10,500 lumens, and the battery, this entire thing in here, lasts for 1 hour and 12 minutes at 10,500 lumens. So the brightest level, right? You can use it for an hour without having to charge it. Underwater rated to 150 meters. And if you take a look at the close-up pictures of the D950V, you can see that the lens here is actually magnifying the light and making it even stronger. There's a spherical lens over here. Not sure you can see it? Yeah. So this lens actually helps to intensify the light. So it's a pretty, this is currently my favorite when I go diving, but I will always have a dive torch with me. My dive instructor told me back then, when I didn't really understand much about torches, he was telling me, Baron, you gotta have a dive torch, you know, you can't really just depend on your video torch. And I'm like, what? This is a pretty good video torch, you know. But as I dive more, I realized that a dive torch will actually help me to navigate around. It'll actually help me to find my way and to look at things. When I'm ready to film, I will turn on my video light. So that's quite a big difference there, and that's pretty good advice. Okay, now let's look at, the next light is for you guys. It's a D630 for you guys, the technical divers, the adrenaline junkies. Okay, now this is the D630. It's called a canister light, and as I've explained earlier on, why do they call it a canister light, right? It's because this light is attached to a canister. This light is attached to a canister, and this canister is the battery pack. Let me go through the specs with you, right? So Okay, so this is a canister which has the power supply, which has the battery, and then this is a Goodman handle. It's a Goodman handle. We call this a Goodman handle. So you grab this light, and one of the reasons the battery is separate from the light is because it makes the light much lighter to move around, okay, but still have the endurance to keep up with you. You know, you guys with your nitrox and your twin tanks, you want to stay down there, you probably want to leave there if you can. So this light is probably for you. It's got this angle adjustable cable, okay, from 180 degrees. This is what you guys use for your side mount, and then for your back mount you have, it goes from here to here. So I think technical divers, you're really familiar with this, and most of you will think that, wow, I want this, right? Okay, I don't really use this light, but I've used it before for shoots where we're doing some technical dives. So they will understand that this is pretty useful. Okay, so it's also got multiple levels of I'm not sure whether I charge this or not, so let me check this out. Okay, so it's got multiple levels. This light hardly needs charging, you know, because of this canister here, and it gives you a lot of endurance. It gives you a lot of power. So you've got multiple levels of brightness. Okay, so this is how the light looks like, and OrcaTorch has made an upgrade to this. This Goodman handle, to me, it feels a little bit hard on my wrist. They've created a different kind of a holder where it's softer, that you can wear it on your wrist. So check that out on their website. Okay, so that was the D630, and let's see what other, okay, let's continue with the D630, right? At 4,000 lumens, yeah, at 4,000 lumens, that is double of the D910V, right? The first video light that I showed you. This is 4,000 lumens, it's double the power of the other light. And guess how long the canister is going to provide you power for at 4,000 lumens? 5 hours. Without having to switch off the light, you get 5 hours. So whatever tank you're bringing down there, right, you can stay there and light up your life for 5 hours before you have to come up and charge it. Okay, what else that is special about this light? Okay, it's got multiple levels of brightness. Okay, let's move on to the next item here. Okay, we've come to new products? No, we've come to the Q&A session. Okay, we've come to the Q&A session. So on the slide, I have OrcaTorch Facebook page for you to follow. They are pretty consistent in updating their Facebook page, and they're very responsive to questions. So that's their Facebook page. Go and check them out. They've got their Instagram page. All of us brand ambassadors, you know, they will compile our pictures and upload to Instagram for you to see. So, you know, very consistent uploading. You can go and check out some of the work that they've produced. And also, I have the website that you can go and have a look. They have the shop there that you can see which torch, how much it cost. And at the end, I have their service at OrcaTorch.com. This is the after sales service. If you need any support for the lights, they're available here. They're available via the email service@OrcaTorch.com. Okay, so are there any questions? Let me see if there's any questions over here. So if you ask me, hey Baron, which is the torch that you love the most and why? It would be the D950V. Do keep in mind, just by looking at this torch, right, you can already see that it's going to be a little bit more heavier than the other torches. But I feel that it makes up for the weight by having a very long battery life, and it's got this tremendously powerful light beam. So I really like that. Most of the time I don't really use right up to 10,500 lumens unless it's a night dive. Most of the time I'll be using probably the first level, which is not so bright. This is the brightest, right? This is the lowest. Most of the time I'll be using the lowest, but it's good to know I have the brightest 10,500 lumens if I need it. Okay, so are there any questions? I'll wait for OrcaTorch to let me know, to update me. Nothing. Let me check. Let me see if there's any questions. Put me back on again. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this will be the giveaway for one of you. To be eligible to win this, you just have to ask a question, and then OrcaTorch will put you in a running to get the D570GL, which looks like this. This is a pretty handy dive torch. This is my favorite actually. You know, this is a 1000 lumens dive torch, and best part, laser. This looks pretty cool in the water, you know. It's really awesome. It looks like you're wielding a lightsaber. Yeah. Any questions from you guys? Anything you want to ask about some of the torches that I have here? Do check on OrcaTorch website because they have new torches coming out for the year 2020. So you need to go visit their website, and they're gonna release the new torches soon. Okay, so let's see what we have over here. For a multi-purpose light, you know, you want a light that solves all. You want a light for everything. You want this to be your dive torch. You want this to be your video light. That would be the D910V, D910V. Okay, it's got a dive torch in here. It's got a video light, 5000 lumens video light, and then 2 brightness levels. Okay, next it's going to show you the narrow beam. This is a dive torch, 2 power levels as well. Okay, and then the other switch would be the specialty, right? This is the red, and then this is the ultraviolet, the UV. Yeah, this is, people have asked me, you know, what torch can I get if I have a bit more budget, but I want to get a light that covers everything. So this would be the answer to a question like that. The D630 is probably one of the biggest canister light in OrcaTorch portfolio. This is probably one of the biggest. They have smaller canister lights, so you can go and check it out. I think they have one called a D620, and they're coming out with a new one. I think it's a D640, but they're both smaller than this. So this is still the biggest canister light, I think. Okay, let me see the reply. Okay. What's the approximate, Vincent Lam? What's the approximate battery life for the D570GL? I have your answer here. Let me, D570GL, let me see. Okay, I have the, it's about 100, it's about 100 and, sorry, it's about 1 hour and 15 minutes long. So, I guess about 2 scuba tanks. 2 regular scuba tanks. So let me repeat that. Yeah, Vincent Lam was asking, what's the approximate battery life for the D570GL? So the answer is about 1 hour and 51 minutes. Sorry, the screen was a bit far away. So it's about 2 hours. So what, shall we say like 3-4 scuba tanks? Okay, and Ivan Fong, my gorgeous dive instructor. At what depth was this shot? At what depth was this shot taken? Okay, I'm not sure which shot is it. Oh, the one with the anemone fish, right? Yeah. Can we show the anemone fishes? The comparison between the one with the torch and without the torch. I think it's called comparison. I think we have a comparison slide over there. Callum Gamble, you asked, sorry about that. Callum Gamble, you asked, what is the maximum depth and battery life? To which torch are you referring to? Okay, so Callum, if you can ask me, you can give me the model of the torch, then I can help you answer what's the maximum depth and battery life. Let's go back to Ivan's question, right? He's asking me at what depth this shot was taken. Let's go back to the comparison video. The comparison shot. Yeah, so this was taken at about, if I'm not mistaken, right, it's about 12-15 meters. Yeah, about 12-15 meters if I am not mistaken. It was taken a couple of months ago, so I'm not really sure. Thanks for the question, Ivan. Nice to see you here. He finally made his way, yeah? Okay, so let's see. Okay, Ivan Fong has another question. Can I have the D570GL? Switch it back to me. It's so cute, right? Our dive instructor. Can I have the D570GL? Ivan, I have 2 here, right? Okay, so let's go on to the next questions, right? Let's see. Wow, you guys got quite a number of questions. Thanks for the participation. Thank you. Thank you. I think some of you are coming from the other part of the world where it's just morning, right? Let's see. Okay, Casper Wendelbo. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. He's asking, what is the spread of the light, wide or narrow? Now, Casper, I'm not sure. I'm only just getting the questions. I'm just only looking at the questions. So I'm not sure which torch you're referring to. If you could just write in again and tell us which model are you referring to, I can help you answer that. Oh, this is an interesting question. Okay, now I'm going to pronounce your name wrong. Yeah, very sorry about this. Now, is your name Zimek Zistalka? I'm sorry, I don't know whether your P is silent or not. I think it's Zimek Zistalka. Okay, will there be blue filters for the D910V? Okay, your question is interesting because you're asking for blue filters. I would think you want a red filter. Okay, never mind. Okay, anyway, your question is asking, will there be blue filters for the D910V? Now, OrcaTorch has created a filter holder. Let me just open this up. They have created a filter holder for the D910V. Okay, you can put your filters in here. They don't last I checked with OrcaTorch, they're not producing the filters, but they are, but they have the filter holder. So you can use the filter holder. You can put your filters in here. Okay, let's see. Okay, just give me a moment. Let me check on Casper again. European volt plug, for which torch do European is for most of the torches that OrcaTorch sent to us, it's a UK plug. Let me double check. It is a UK plug. Yep, UK plug. So Casper has asked, is it a European plug? I think that's what you mean. He said European volt plug, but I think he means, is it a European plug? What they sent to us is the UK version. OrcaTorch, you got to answer this for Casper, because I'm sure, like US, they probably want to know whether are they going to get their US plug. So OrcaTorch will be with you shortly. Now, that's a cool torch. Hey, Casper, thanks for being so active over here. Okay, let me see. Well, this is not a question. This is more like a statement. Exploring with the NUG. Did I pronounce that right? Sorry if I didn't. Exploring with the NUG. I have 2 torches so far and I love them. I regularly use my D910V and I'm loving it. I love it too because it's light, right? And I mean, it's lighter than this, and sometimes I just bring that along instead of the D950V, especially when I'm on shallower dives. And yeah. Okay, Ivan is very active here. Thank you, Ivan. What's the other colors available on laser for the D9? Sorry. What's the colors available on the laser for the D570GL? OrcaTorch, as far as I know, has 2 colors, the red and the green. I've not seen the red actually, so but I think if we get a pair, right, a red and a green, right, we can do some stuff down in the ocean and take some interesting photos, right? So they have a green and a red. I've only been looking at the green. Even during trade shows, I don't think I came across the red one. Oh, he looks like from Malaysia. Azali Reza Faisal Azlin. Okay, that wasn't a question. Okay, sorry about that. Daniel Diving. Daniel Diving's question is not torch related, but it's pretty interesting. How did OrcaTorch as a company start? Okay, I'm going to show you, Daniel, I'm going to show you this picture, right? I think you probably missed it in the beginning, but it's great that everyone knows the roots of OrcaTorch. Let's have a look at Carson's photo. Who I'm going to show you next is the CEO of OrcaTorch. This is Carson Weng, sorry. This is Carson Weng, and in 2013, Carson was diving with his buddies. And Carson realized that, darn it, all these torches that I've been using are pretty crap. You know, he's been coming across torches that are not up to his expectations. And the problem with that is, if they are good torches, it's going to cost an arm and a leg. So Carson decided he's had enough of this. And then 1 year later, in 2014, he created OrcaTorch. So there you have it. So to Daniel's question, when did they start? How did they start? I think I pretty much answered it. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm going through the questions again as I received them from OrcaTorch. Okay, you've got a happy customer here, OrcaTorch. Daniel Diving says, well, this is advertisement for you, OrcaTorch. Daniel Diving says, I love my D520s and I think I ordered 5 or 6 over the past year. Obviously not all of them for me, but for my scuba students and friends who appreciate that super bright, super compact light. All right, Daniel Diving, thanks for your support. I'm sure OrcaTorch really appreciates you. Ivan again. Okay, Ivan's asking, what is the weight of the D570GL with a battery installed? Wow, he's getting very technical, yeah. Just like in real life, in virtually, he's also as technical. Okay, let's see. You're asking about the D570GL weight. 176 gram excluding battery. So an 18650 battery, I don't know how much that weighs. You add it with 176 gram. Okay, I've just got message saying that we need to announce the winner now. Let me just read it clearly what they said, right? Can I draw the winner? How do I do? Okay, let me see. They're asking me to draw the winner. How? There's a freaking wheel here. Can you see that? It says tap to spin. Okay, now what? How this mechanic work is OrcaTorch has already narrowed down the participants. They've already narrowed it down. So I'm not really doing much. I'm just going to do a spin. So it says tap to spin, right? Okay, here goes. Tap to spin. What does it say? Does it say anything? Red color. Who's that? Turn like this. Oh, okay. Fatima? I didn't really read her question. Fatima! Okay, correct. No? We have a winner, it says, and the name is... Okay, hang on. Maybe that's not the right person. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. We need to spin it again because I need to enter the names. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, we're gonna enter the name. So I have to enter the names. Okay, let me get back to you. I have to use my laptop, right, to get me the names. I'm just going to copy them over. Just put them on. Let them see that it's live. Put them on. No need. Huh? Okay, hang on. Let me see. Put it back to me. Okay, hang on, guys. I'm just going to grab all the names from what OrcaTorch has sent me, and I'm going to enter it into this Wheel of Fortune thingy. Okay, so we have here all the selected winners, right? I'm just going to copy it, and I'm going to enter into this Wheel of Fortune thing, right? So, okay. So I'm going to show you who are the... I think this is how it works, right? I enter the shortlisted names. So I'm not sure can you guys see it? Can you see it? Oh, it's can you put the camera on? Can. Okay, it's on auto. Can see not? Can see, right, guys? These are the shortlisted names, yeah, that OrcaTorch has sent to me. Clear, right? Okay. So with these names, I'm going to spin. Sorry, with these names, I'm going to spin the wheel. Okay. Now let's see. Anything? Anything?
Yeah.
Who? What? Okay. Okay. Okay, now, Ivan may be a friend, but it's not me, right? It is the technology that is doing all the work. So, right, with the names that were given to me, and I entered it in the wheel, and I spin it, that's all I did, right? So, Ivan, our dive instructor, and really from Malaysia, going through the same going through the same movement restriction order as everyone else in their countries, right? Okay, so you're the winner. Damn, I got to give this torch away. Congratulations, Ivan. Ivan, congratulations and celebrations. You win the D570GL. Okay, wait, let me see. Yeah, so correct, OrcaTorch, everything good? Okay, wait, let me. Everything good? It's selected as per the competition instructions, correct? Okay, so I just want to say thank you for everyone. Hang on. Okay, so OrcaTorch say good. So that means it's legit lah. Ivan is legit lah. You get the D570GL. Okay, so I just want to thank everyone for participating. I did not anticipate that many questions. Thank you so much for watching me, watching us talk about torches this whole night. Some of you just started your morning. The rest of us are closing our day and looking forward to the weekend. So on behalf of OrcaTorch and I want to say thank you. I also want to say, everyone, okay, let's keep this under control. Stay home, stay safe. Love you guys. See you soon. Bye.